Hi, it's Derek with Uttermost. Today I'll be showing you how to change a clock motor. We carry multiple types of clocks, such as pieces that have an entire face and some that just have a center cap. However, the method of changing the motor is the same regardless. Now, let's get started. We're now ready for step 1. This step involves taking the hands off. If you didn't receive hands when you ordered a new clock motor, be careful not to damage these in this step. What you need to do is remove this top cap nut. Both types carry these. So simply twist this off as you would anything and remove your minute hand. This should come off no problem. The hour hand is a little bit nested, so you might have to apply a tiny bit of pressure, so don't be afraid. And that's all. Now we need to remove this tiny nut and washer off of the motor. The nut can be removed with your fingers, but if it's a little too tight, just get a pair of pliers or a wrench to get it done. This washer is very thin, so I'm using a tiny blade to help get up underneath it, but you can use any other type of thin object or just to turn the entire clock around. Now it's time to remove the motor itself. You need to flip the clock around, find the motor, and apply some force and pull it off. Notice this little adhesive right here? This adhesive sometimes sticks to the clock back, but you can easily peel it off. Now you've got your new motor and your clock back. What you need to do is install this clock back by removing the guard for the adhesive and identifying what the top of the clock is. In this case, it's right here. You want to be sure that the battery is opposite on it. And our center caps, if you don't have an obvious way to tell, you need to offset from our sawtooths right here at the hangers. You want that to be opposite the battery pack. So, here's the battery pack. This is the top of the clock. So line it up. Install. And put some good pressure on this to make sure it's really stuck there. Now, turn this over. And we're going to reinstall this small washer and nut. Washer on first, followed by our nut. This step involves reinstalling our hands. What we first want to start off with is the hour hand. Note how this slot is actually round, and it's going to nest on this small plastic part, the white plastic here in the motor. This hand is going to nest on it. I'm going to apply a little bit of force and make sure it's sitting on it. Don't be afraid to apply the force. And note how I've actually lined that up with 12. This is very key in calibrating the time. Now we're going to install the minute hand. The minute hand is actually notched in a special way. It's not exactly round. And the same can be said about the motor. You want to line that nesting up, get it to drop in there, and again, ensure that you're lined up with 12. This is very important for calibrating the time. The final step, as you see, is just installing the top cap. We're now ready for our final step, and that is to set the clock. You need to make sure that both hands are still at 12. Turn the clock around and have yourself a AA battery. You want to install the battery like so. Once the battery is installed, you want to use this small knob right here to change the time. This is why it was so important to have both hands set at 12, because it really helps out with the calibration and it makes sure that both move in the correct way. Now your time is set and your clock is finished. I hope this video was helpful, and thanks for watching.